Hello, good day, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beyond Fairy Tale Family, Facebook Live number 2 with yours truly. And I asked some people today, what would you like me to talk about? And I got the funniest questions, which I adore. But you guys also listening, you can post questions in the comments if you wish, and I can see if I can get to them today. Because fairy tale family, beyond the insanity of relationships that's out there, going beyond the insanity of family and all of that stuff, is a big, 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 big topic. Those of you who know, I've written a book about it. I've written 4 books so far. One of them is called Fairy Tale Family, and it's all about getting over everything needing to be perfect and inviting what is actually possible for you with what seems impossible in regards to family and relationships and your parents and your children and all that jazz. If they have some questions for my family, oops, my Wi-Fi just went bye-bye for a moment. Okay, there we are again. Okay, so they gave me some questions. Let me just find something. Okay, so one of them asked, so basically, do I have to wait until my family, until the people in my family that I can deal the least with are dead before I can have ease? That is a very funny question. And I think it's something that people basically have in German. I'm mixing German and English and Swedish today in my head, sorry. So that is something that people so oftentimes have in their heads when it comes to family. They're like, I can never really be free until they are not having bodies anymore. But it's seldom something that people talk about because you're not supposed to talk about this, but everybody's thinking it. So, the greatest freedom is if you just be honest with yourself and with what you actually have as a point of view in your world. Because if you're honest with it and you look at it, you can change it. And it creates so much freedom. And that's what I love about consciousness. Consciousness is basically about turn on the lights, see what is, and then do you want to keep it or do you want to change it? What would you like to choose? So the greatest freedom comes from not making anything wrong anymore, but looking at what is. So if you have the point of view, oh my God, I cannot really be free in regards to my life, as long as I have these people in my life, who are you making the source? Who are you giving the power, you or them? And that is a point of view that basically creates your reality. So as long as you have the point of view, okay, as long as I have these people in my life, my parents, my kids, my husband, my wife, I can never really be free. It is giving your creativity and your power and your potency up to. So everything that is, everything that allows that to exist in your world, will you please destroy and uncreate it all? Thank you. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9, shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. This is the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. I think I talked about it last time, not sure. It's just a tool you can use to change whatever you'd like to change. I'm not going to explain it because that would take too much time. There's a whole, video about it on www.theclearingstatement.com, where you can get the whole explanation of how it works and why the words and why these words are being used. Anyway, we're just going to use it now because it works. So, look at all the places where you have made someone else the source of something, or where you say, because of this person, I cannot really be happy. Because of these people, I cannot really have the freedom that I'm having. So that is a point of view that once you detect it, once you see it, you can just get rid of it. So everything that is, everywhere you've decided that as long as these people are in your life, you fill in the blanks, whoever they are, you cannot really be free. You cannot really have the life you would like to have. Truth is now the time, is today the day to just give up that point of view and let it go and destroy and uncreate it all. Thank you. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. So how much are you using those people that I just talked about to avoid your potency and capacity? It's like, for your mind, it's really logical to go, yes, of course, because of these people, because of my children, because of these people, I don't really have freedom. It looks logical. You have all kinds of proof. I'm sure you have gathered a lot of proof why that is true. But how convenient is that creation for you to keep on hiding and avoiding your potency and your creativity? That's something to look at, huh? So everything that is, and everything doesn't allow you to have clarity and ease with that, will you please destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. So what, like, the choice of, making other people responsible for your freedom or non-freedom, how does that serve you? So, we want to acknowledge that these things are something we create. It's not like it's so easy to say, because of this other person, because of them. No, we're the people who create that. So the question you can ask yourself, how does this serve me? How does this serve me to have the point of view that it's because of these people that I don't have the freedom I would like to have? So, and the next question, are you using it to avoid your power, your potency, your creativity? And that's very convenient, but the question is, does it really work for you? So what if now is the time to look at all the places where you hide what you're capable of, with, like, in situations where it's tricky with other people. And then it's this space where you can just make a different choice of, okay, you know what? I'm done using other people to avoid my capacities. I don't know how to change it, but I am ready to know what I'm capable of more than ever. And everything doesn't allow that. Will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. Okay. So that was one of the questions that I was asked before this Facebook Live. And then, and then I got a lot of questions from different people asking me, basically, what do you do when kids drive you nuts? What do you do when your children want, like, when all your children want is money? Don't we know that one? So, and also, what do you do when your kids drive you nuts and you're doubting yourself as a parent? I love that question. So basically, what do you want to acknowledge is other people's functional realities. What does that mean? Well, if you see what other people choose and what their agendas are, things start to get easier. So what if your children's agenda, and what if children's agenda in general, is to just drive their parents nuts and to get as much money from them as possible? Like, look at the reality of things, not at the fairy tale, not at the fantasy of, oh, my kids are perfect. Once I will be the perfect mom and dad. We will all get along perfectly. Fairy tale. Like, that's why I call this the fairy tale, because there's so much, wow, utopian ideals about how things are supposed to look like that they never are and will not be. But if you look at the reality of things, if you look at what is and go, yep, okay, you know what? Truth. Are my kids actually just happy driving me nuts and getting as much money of me as possible? And you go, oh, wow, that actually makes me feel like that is what is. And you know what? It's not wrong. Your kids are not wrong for that. They're not terrible for that. It's just what is. You got to see what people choose and not make it wrong. You got to see what you choose and not make it wrong. And once you do, things start to relax because you're not going to make yourself wrong anymore because you just go, okay, well, that's just what they do. All right. So I don't have to make myself wrong. And the next question is, how can I make this easy on me? How can I make this easy on me? And when you ask that question, you will start to find ways of navigating your kids' nutsness or them asking you for money all the time. Because as soon as you don't make it wrong anymore, and this is really huge, okay? As soon as you don't make it wrong anymore, as soon as you don't make them wrong for it anymore, as soon as you make you not wrong anymore for it, there's a playground of possibilities, and you can actually empower them to know what they know, and you can actually be the leader that you actually are. But as long as you have a fairy tale of going, no, 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 that's not what's going on. Like and then you have this fairy tale of what you want to see or what you want things to look like. That's where you put big, big, big blinders in front of your eyes. And all that gets created is frustration and more judgment. But when you see what is, you can relax. You can go, okay, you know what? I'm going to see what is. I'm going to not judge it. I'm going to expand out my allowance as big, as large as possible. And I'm going to ask some questions to make this work for me. Like, for example, how can I make this easy on me? And that is huge. So everywhere you're still busy making yourself wrong in regards to family and your children and relationship, everywhere you're busy making the other person wrong for what they're not delivering, will you please destroy and create a times a godzillion? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyond. So, and you know what? Consciousness, you know what consciousness actually is? It's including everything and judging nothing. So even if you have a child that has as their job to drive you crazy and get as much money as possible, that's not wrong. Just see it for what it is. Relax, stop judging it, and ask, so truth, what is possible with this person in my life? What else can we be for each other? What is actually possible and what is not possible? Got to look at both sides. And if your child, like the question I love, someone was writing, do when my child, let me just find it. It was so funny. So basically, I cannot. Yeah, the real problem is that my child actually, she is crying because she wants to have a second horse. So she obviously has already one horse, and she's doesn't have enough. So she's crying to get a second horse, and the mom is stressed out about it. And that it's so funny. And she was asking, what should I do? So basically, it's like when your child is demanding more, rather than trying to control it, what if you use it? What if that is something you could use for you to step up, for you to be more, for you to create more money? And everything doesn't allow that, will you please destroy and create it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. Like what most of us in where we grew up have learned is don't ask for a lot. Don't be demanding. It's wrong. But you know what? Asking for a lot and being demanding are wonderful capacities. They always will make you thrive for more and for greater. So what if we encourage that in our kids? It doesn't mean that you have to buy her a second horse. It's just if you receive her demand, if you receive her ask, what wonderful contribution can this be to you to making so much more money and increasing your wealth? And you can ask her, hey, you know what? What can you contribute to us being able to buy you a second horse? What can you do? What can you be? Can you contribute to me to being able to buy you a second horse? Yeah, so everything doesn't allow that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyond. It's like our kids have wonderful talents that they can get, use to create more, and also to learn that what they do is valuable and it's okay to receive money for it. And I wish I was taught that when I was a kid. And I know most of us would have wished to have learned that it's okay to receive money. Like most of us go, yes, I would like to do so much for you, but receiving money, oh my God, that's kind of uncomfortable. So what if we can show our kids it's okay to receive money? It's actually a gift. So if you want, like, this is obviously such a big topic, as you notice. Like, I can just scratch so much on the surface a little bit. So if you want to know more, I'm actually going to have a 1-day pragmatic psychology class about this topic, relationships, like everything about relationships, um, parenting, kids, also like partner relationships, like marriage stuff, or relationship stuff in general. So if you want to dive in more and bring all your questions and like create more clarity and ease for you than ever before, it's on the 17th of July in Slovenia and also online. You can join us for this pragmatic psychology class, and you don't even need any prereqs for it. So thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you, translators, for being such a gift and translating this in all these different languages. And there's going to be a third Facebook Live. I think it's on Sunday. Not sure, but you will find out. So thank you, everyone. Bye for today.